Anton, I believe you didn't even go out for practice yesterday, yet you blitzed them all when it came to qualifying in Class B.
No, I had a lucky lap. It was just one quick lap. Unfortunately, work commitments couldn't make it yesterday, and I suppose I saved the best for today.
Great stuff. So the car's obviously handling well?
Yes, it was slippery out there, but car's handling well. I'm very happy with it.
The only two men in the sevens, Rebello and Cricker, those are the Class A boys. Anton Miller heading up the Class B challenge. We're looking forward to a great race here for the All-Call GoTech Lotus Challenge. Joining me in the commentary booth, international commentary this time out, all the way live via satellite from Germany, James Forbes. Why didn't you make it, bud?
Family vacation, but I'm excited to see this. This is going to be a great event. Looking at the qualifying field there, the times, we've got about just half a second covering the top 6 in Class C, and not much more than that, the leading half dozen in Class B as well. So this is going to be a great race.
Always a good dice here, especially at the motocross track with the big bumps. Got to take that into account. You've got to hit these lines perfectly, and it looks like Clippies has lost a bit of ground early on as the rest of the field comes streaming through, and it looks like Neil Delata and Glover going at it right from the word go too.
The Class B leaders have been just at each other's throats all season long, and this is really just picking up where we left off at the last race, so exciting things to come.
Here's a move from Gable. Can he get on the inside? Looks like he is going to get up the inside. We go on board with Etienne Stratham just behind them, and Lauren Miller sneaking through on him. So Stratham and Miller going at it. This is a good start to the day's racing. And just ahead of them, it's Anton Miller. And of course, he's going to be battling there with Gable to look to see who can take that Class B honour.
Jeff's made a great start there from a couple of places back in Class B, and now at the front now ahead of Anton, and again, I think we can cover these guys with a blanket. Look at them come through here.
Yeah, it's fantastic. As you said, the last race just as close, and here we go again. Let's just resume that battle, shall we? Every time we get onto the back stuff.
Yeah, and Etienne right behind Lauren Muller. These two have been inseparable all season long, and they just seem to pick up where they left off.
Into turn 1 and completing lap number 1. This is how close it is. The GoTech All-Call Lotus Challenge, a big field of cars, 28 of them all in all, racing out here at Midvaal, which just bodes well for this class, because every single time we go racing, someone new seems to step up and come play in this game.
We've had plenty of newcomers over the last 18 months and plenty more to come, and I think if you just see how exciting all this racing is becoming, it's really an appealing sport now.
I believe there's a couple of guys that are looking to move up from B to A as well, and doing the modifications that are required so they can go and play with Clippies and Glenton.
Yeah, we're looking forward to a couple of extra entrants in Class A, and there's many of these guys in B who certainly got the talent to be in Class A and just need the equipment now.
Okay, we're running slightly wide there. Miller might be able to sneak through, but now he's on the outside line for this corner. Remember, that outside line is where you want to be, but I think Anton saw him coming and moved across to cover that. Gable, oh, Lauren runs a little wide. Etienne's going to sneak through. Don't want to be doing that. As I said, that inside line doesn't work on that corner. There's a big bump there, and if you hit it, it does unsettle the car and allows Etienne Stratham through.
And when it comes to unsettling, it's normally unstable Gable that we'll be looking out for, so let's see if he can hold on there.
Most of the time, yes, I have to agree. Jean de Toy in My Toy GP. I love the fact that he's got My Toy spelled T-O-I-T on the back of his car. Brilliant stuff. Good play on words there. So they're coming across the line now. This is the battle for the front end of B, and Gable running wide again. Anton Miller had a big look. Can he sneak through? Has he gone through? No, he hasn't. Gable just keeping it all together, but he's keeping it stable this time as opposed to unstable.
No, this is looking really good, and Anton's looking for every little gap that he can pressure into, and the guys behind, they're just not letting go. Neil McLeod also harrying Lauren Muller here, and he's had a great progress through the last 18 months of racing.
So down the back straight away, slipstream effect here possibly helps these cars out a little bit. I'm sure they make quite a big gap in the air here as you come down the back straight.
There's huge advantage if you can slipstream, even leapfrogging 2-3 cars on the slipstream. Oh dear, there goes Neil McLeod.
He tried hard. I think he just came into the bottom turn a little bit too hot. Here's a move on the inside. Miller takes that inside line this time and actually uses it to great advantage. Didn't think we'd see anything out of that. Whoa, Stratham had to come off the brakes, onto the brakes there quite quickly as the tail-on man in front of him was caught napping, as Miller snuck through to take the lead.
Jeff seems to be struggling a little bit here, so I don't know whether it's tyres or brakes, but Anton's got past, and Etienne's really harrying him now.
We've got to take into account it is a pretty abrasive circuit out there, so I think it is going to be a lot to do with the tyres and how well they handle the conditions being thrown at them. And Gable's starting to get a bit unstable now, so I think it's just a matter of time before Stratham makes his move. The B56 Silver Dream Racer looking for a way to get past Jeff Gable in front of him and catch Miller. Miller's got away since he got to the front.
Now, of course, with Etienne and keeping Jeff occupied, they're letting Anton run away a little bit. And but Lauren's catching up again. Maybe she's got another chance for attacking for second or third place here.
Looks like Gable's got a little bit more grunt down that back straight. Let's see if he's able to keep it onto the brakes. He's running wide on the brakes. Stratum might be able to capitalize here. Can he sneak through? He definitely has a look. Oh, there's some big braking.
Peter Van Vuuren there, just keeping ahead of John Glover, notwithstanding perhaps a couple of flat spots now.
Yeah, that's going to hurt him, definitely. You can't be doing that at this part of the race, otherwise you're going to definitely feel it in the left-hand turns.
And Peter's another newcomer to the racing, and he's really made strides during the course of the year, and running with the fast boys in Class B now. Fantastic.
Yeah, it was always good to see. He has a nice little battle a little bit further back there we're picking up on. Some of our Class C competitors out there.
And Ken Cloud there in number 11, he's been missing for a few races now, but one of the original stalwarts in the Lotus Challenge Racing, and great to see him back on track.
Marion van der Merwe having a good one with him there, that's for sure. And then 89 involved in that battle too. That's Johan Paul, I should say. Looks like his monster car getting a bit sideways, and he's definitely having to monster that car around, that's for sure.
And the Class C guys, they've had a fantastic race, and as I say, covered by half a second in qualifying, half a dozen of these guys. So there is Gurko Kramwinkel. He's another newcomer and really performing nicely now in the Super Pave car.
Good drive there from him, that's for sure, and going for a possible podium and overall victory here today in the Class C battle, because there is a good battle, as you said. Looking up on the action right the way through the field, the Class C guys going at it full ball here with no holds barred.
Absolutely, I think Tony Ledley there and Michael Houghton, and they're again covered by a blanket.
Down that back straight away, the slipstream effect, as we said, can these guys get to use it? Some of them do, some of them not quite on the ball when it comes to the slipstream, but you can definitely get an advantage, as you said, about 2 or 3 car lengths, and possibly even take 2 or 3 cars into the bottom turn. So Andre Duplessis, Michael Houghton, and of course Anton Goose going at it. This is a battle in the Class Cs, and honours here are definitely up for grabs, and no one's going to hold anything back. They want to try and find a way through, and you can see just how hard that Houghton car's pushing. He goes on the inside. Can he make it stick? Yes, he can. And Marion van der Merwe being outdone there. So great racing right the way through.
And Jeff Gable here just holding off Etienne Straden behind, and Anton Muller, I think, now disappeared into the distance at the head of Class B, but these guys carrying the battle through to the flag.
Down that back straight, trying to close down on Muller. Gable looks in his rearview mirror, sees that Stratum has not left him, and has not left him since we saw Muller go through. The battle is still on here for second place. Oh, Gable's run wide. That is going to be costly. So Stratum sneaks through, on board with him. You can see clean and clear, and now gets into that second place due to a mistake there by Jeff Gable. That's a big pity, because he had a chance of finishing second, there's no doubt about it. I don't think Stratum had, they were on equal pace, I would have to say. And if you're on equal pace, it's very difficult to pass.
And these extra couple of points at the end of the season make all the difference in the Northern Region's overall championship, so everything to play for these guys.
Coming into the back markers now is our leader, that is Glenton Rebella. In fact, he's coming up on Lauren Miller. As we see Gable, I think, spinning out. Yeah, Jeff Gable has spun out again, so the tail-on man, unfortunately, not having a great second half of this race. Miller gives enough space there for Glenton Rebella to sneak through. And James, please tell me you found an Opel engine somewhere so you can go and give Glenton a run.
Might be sniffing around in that direction.
He said everybody's going to go buy an Opel engine if they want to run with him.
And in truth, Glenton and his father don't get the credit they deserve. They disappear into the distance so often that we really don't get to see them as much as we should.
You know, he had a fantastic drive, that is for sure, and eventually ending up 4.5 seconds ahead of Clippy's Cricker, who was also just up to the 6th place mark. Bryn Jones comes through there in 3rd place, winning Class X, and Anton Miller wins out Class B in 4th place.
Bryn, congratulations, Class X win. First race back since 2008, though.
Yeah, not too bad, considering the same tyres I used in 2008 as well. I'm a little rusty, but it was great fun.
So you're obviously enjoying being back in the car?
Yeah, lovely. And thanks to Neil McLeod and Clive Wilmot for twisting my rubber arm.
So we're going to see you back for the rest of the season?
Definitely, especially the endurance races, I think, toward the end of the year.
So how you enjoyed the Midvaal track and the rest of the competition?
Always loved Midvaal. Bumpy as anything. I race bikes here as well, and it's fantastic. You just look through the bump and keep going.
Now, how's the Lotus Challenge changed in the past few years?
Well, Class A obviously is a very elite and very high-tech class. It would be lovely to see more cars, but I think it's just prohibitively expensive. So Class B is really taking off. My car's a real hybrid. It's a turbocharged Class X car. So it kind of fits in between, doesn't fit within the rules. But I'll just come out and have some fun as much as I can.
Moving on to Heat 2 of the All-Call GoTech Lotus Challenge. 2 men at the front end, Clippy Schricker and Glenton Rebella are what everybody are hunting down. Remember, that is Class A's battle that heads into turn 1. Right behind them is Class B, and it's Anton Miller who gets the drop. A much better start there from Glover. He's gone into 2nd place as they go into turn 2.
Jeff Gable's going to have to fight his way through here. He threw away some places right at the end of race 1, and that's penalised him on the grid here for the 2nd race.
Look at how busy it gets in the back end, though. Guys just going left, right, and centre to make their way through turn 3. The come out of there. That is the Class B battle starting. Neil Delat has got ahead there and looks like he's pushing hard with Etienne Stratum. Stratum comes alongside the purple People Eater. Can he get through? Yes, he can. Silver Dream Racer sneaking ahead. It's good driving there from the two of them, side by side down that back straightaway. Who has what it takes on the brakes? Stratum gets through, but look in the background. Miller goes on the inside of Glover, and just behind her, Gable snuck through, and he's now got up to 4th.
And he's just got past Peter van Vuren there, who had a fantastic start, and I think was up to 4th place there at one point in Class B.
Yeah, brilliant start from him, that is for sure. But now dropping back, and he has to try and stay with these guys. So a little bit of rookie skill here has to come into play, and he has to try and stick with the back end of that 5B car of Glover. And it looks like he's doing that. There's no doubt he has got some pace around here.
Yeah, Etienne Stratum's got ahead of Peter van Vuren, but now Neil McLeod is right on Peter's tail.
Just behind them, looks like Del Bianco also going to be not too far off this little battle. Stratum on board. He has a move on the inside from Gable. Gets ahead. Glover. Oh, Stratum's going to go with him. Yes, he is. That's good driving there from Stratum. A bit of opportune, I might have to say, but nevertheless, the door was left wide open by Glover. And he's going to rue the day that he let those two through. Onto the back straight now. Now this is where the slipstream can come into effect, and Stratum is going to try and get onto that slipstream and use it to get past the man in front of him. I think Gable is going to have to be worried about that. It's Miller and Miller, 1 and 2. When it comes to our Class B battle, the Class A and X-Boys have disappeared. Here they come down towards the braking markers, and Stratum's pushing him very hard.
And the slipstreaming now should really come into play, and Jeff's kept the inside line, kept the line through the corner. Van Vuren trying a lock-up again.
Little rookie mistake.
Paying the penalty there, I think, but maybe sneaking back under McLeod, but McLeod's got the advantage, drives away, and yep, so a little excitement there through the end of the back straight and into the hairpin.
Van Vuren having a big look on the inside there, but that inside corner does not work, particularly in that particular corner. Now they come onto the back straight, onto the main straight away, and look at how hard Stratum is pushing. He's definitely not holding anything back here. He wants past Gable. He wants to go and catch those two Miller cars at the front end of this field.
And these two have got the chance to run away here a little bit, with Etienne Stratum keeping Jeff Gable so busy. Maybe this is the chance for both the Mullers to get ahead and break the toe.
For a way through, yeah.
Untidy.
Oh, Gable, very untidy, running wide. Stratum keeps that inside line. He runs wide again.
Yeah, Jeff spent a little time on the racetrack there, but maybe more off it.
100%. Right, so our Class B battle continues onto the back straight. That's our cameraman Stratum we're looking at from the outside now. Down that straight. Whoa, look at how Anton Miller's pulling away. Lauren Miller just playing the tail gunner role there for the Miller team, keeping everybody else behind, and Anton disappearing, that is for sure.
And I think the guys now using the slipstream to full advantage. They've caught back onto the tail of Lauren Miller. Lauren was doing all the heavy lifting down that main straight, and now I think the guys have got a chance to attack her.
Now Glover with Van Vuren on the back end. He is looking pretty dangerous right now, the CWR man. Miller, then we've got Gable right behind his Stratum. Stratum is probably the most dangerous person at this point in time, looking for a way through. But Gable's just keeping him behind, not giving him an inch.
Fantastic pressure there from Etienne Stratum.
Neil Delata under a bit of pressure there from the 11 car, and that is Ken Cloud sneaking through and finding his way through the Class C battle as we saw earlier on. Hartson, Cloud, Goose, Van der Merwe, and of course at the front end there, Lederly. So this is what it's all about when it comes to Class C honours for the day. Class B still up for grabs, and speaking up for grabs, whoa, that was a big move there for 3rd place. Didn't quite make it stick though, did Stratum. Gable kept the door closed.
And giving Lauren Muller the chance to break away from these guys again, and I think now the slipstream on the back straight, that's going to tell.
So let's see if Gable's able to use it. He gets right onto the back end, pulls out a bit early there, but he's had to go defensive because of Stratum. Stratum will be able to use the slipstream. He's now going to come right under and look for a way through. How late are these two going to be on the brakes? Lauren's going to have to be very late to keep them both out.
These are two
switching
very
from one to the other one.
cars.
I think Stratum was going, I think Lauren might have a better toe. No, let me go with Gable. Gable holds that inside line. Stratum keeps it side by side. Muller's not giving up, no way. She keeps it right in there.
And holding the
that's brilliant.
Wow.
Oh, and runs Stratum wide. Lovely stuff. That's the way to do it.
No prisoners taken. This is a great dice. Fantastic between the three of these.
It's great to see the onboard stuff and just see from a driver's point of view just how difficult it is to drive these cars and how much fun they're having out there as well.
And Jeff Gable's really taken the advantage there. Got ahead of Lauren Muller, left Etienne Stratum behind Lauren, and that's shaken things up here in the chasing pack of Class B.
Stratum sneaks through and gets Muller into turn 1. Now goes hunting once again for Gable. Gable has got a little bit of a gap due to that little in-house battle between the two of them. And that might just be enough. He might be able to hang on and keep Etienne Stratum behind him.
And the Class C battle resumed. And Gerko Kramwinkel also really having a fantastic race, building on that superb qualifying. He qualified in second place and is having a great run.
Andre Duplessis looking to take the overalls here today if he can keep up the kind of pace he's got right now in Class C. So good to see that. The X35 car coming through there. And then you've got a whole stream of cars. Very interesting to see how these guys all work as we see our leader coming back into our sights for the first time in race 2. Clinton Rebello in amongst the back markers. Here comes Kricha. So Class A honours still up for grabs, and Clippies is pushing hard. I don't think he's given up just yet.
He'll never give up, and he's keeping a good distance. And but I think Glenton's controlling the pace there at the front of Class A. And yep.
Class B here still up for grabs. Gable in second. We saw Miller just go through. There's Straight, and there's Lauren Miller. Behind them, a gaggle of cars, all in with a chance as well.
Neil McLeod having got ahead of John Glover now and holding station, and Peter van Vuren harrying the number 5 car mercilessly.
Onto the main straight away and picking up on that battle once again, just behind Van Vuren. As we said, not too far off here. Glover getting it absolutely perfect. And in, Van Vuren gets good drive. He might sneak on the inside here. Got to be late on the brakes. Come on, Pete, put it up the inside. Oh, tapped out of that one, eh?
Discretion the better part of that.
Oh, now I know why. Getting it sideways. That's not how we want to be doing things, coming through there, and that's going to lose out a lot of ground there. I think that was Glenn Clark who got it sideways. So unfortunately going to be falling out of this little battle, but this battle hasn't finished yet. Oh, look at Van Vuren starting to slip and slide as well as they come into the back straight.
Now
power down.
He can use the slipstream. Can he get on the back of John Glover here and get himself pulled down the main straight?
Going down to that bottom corner is where he needs to use that slipstream effect to its best ability.
And Piero Del Bianco looking for slipstream, but rather giving it to the car behind.
Unfortunately, that's kind of what happens if you do get stuck. There comes Neil Delata. He's a little bit off the pace here this weekend, unfortunately, normally running at the front end. There is the leader. Check the speed differential here between Classes C and Class A. And, of course, that Opel engine car. That doesn't really put a foot wrong, does it?
No, it's had a great run again and fantastic reliability. It's not just pace, it's the reliability of this package. And of course, Clenton's been piloting it extremely well. And
Clippies isn't. Clippies sideways. That's the one you want to be doing at Clippies. He's still going to maintain second place in Class A and second on the road. But unfortunately, that's dropped him right off the pace. It's going to put him about 28 seconds behind our eventual winner there, Clinton Rebello. Glover's under pressure from Van Vuren again. This time he's going to go for it. And he'll make it stick. Come on, Peter. Good driving there. Much better. Didn't tap out this time. Held that inside line. And this time, brilliantly done. Glover, well, he doesn't have an answer. But unfortunately, Van Vuren running wide, so he comes back at him.
I think it's a good job the clerk of the course wasn't standing on that corner at that particular moment. Otherwise, Peter might have been feeling the wrath of the authorities, but he held position, holding ahead of John Glover. What a fantastic performance from him.
James, I've got to say, I don't think anybody out there didn't feel the wrath of the COC on the day here. Down the straight, and that is the slipstream effect, perfectly shown here by our onboard man. Glover getting ahead of Van Vuren, even though he got overtaken in the twisties. Rebello's got past the two of them, so we're on lap 9 of 12. And they still haven't finished up as they cross the line. Rebello is now, he has got up into the top 8 in overalls, and of course there we go once again. Van Vuren seems to have it here in this corner.
I think he's got that inside line nailed, and certainly John Glover will be taking a look at his own line through there. He needs to be a little bit more defensive there. However, he's got the opportunity to line up for another slipstream recovery down the main straight, so let's see what happens now.
I think that's exactly what he's going to try. He's close enough as they get onto that back straight away. Another car going to be overtaken here by Rebello, and that might be the second time that car's been outdone. Coming into the final lap and into the final corner, looking for a way through. That's Stratham that he's up onto, so that he's nearly got into the top 5. Oh, that's some fantastic driving from Glenton. In fact, as he crosses the line, he just sneaks ahead of the top 5 man there, Etienne Stratham. But a good drive there from Stratham, a fantastic drive. And here we go for Class C honours. 37 car coming through, having a good one. That's Tony Ledley. Of course, Duplessis is going to be taking the overalls in Class C here today. Coming across the line, getting confirmation on those results. It is Rebello and Cricket, top 2 in Class A. Miller takes the Class B victory ahead of Gable and Stratham. A great dice in that Class B, right down to the top 10.
Andre, congratulations. Overall victory in Class C today. Double victories. Happy?
Congrats. Well, a lot. First race was quite cool. I managed at the start to get a bit of a gap on the other guys, put myself into the Class B field, and I managed to get into the back straight. And from there, I could pull away about 7 seconds or so. Second race was a bit tougher. I started first in the class, and I could pull a bit of a lead, but then some of the others caught up. managed to pass me, but fortunately for them, or for me, they broke out, so I got the class win.
Anton, congratulations. Double victory in Class B today. Very happy with that, you must be.
No, I'm ecstatic about it. I had some bad luck the last couple of races, so it's really nice to be back winning.
Now tell us about it. You didn't actually compete at Swartkorp, so now you've come back on style.
Yeah, no, I had gearbox trouble at Swartkorp, so I had to withdraw from the race, and it's nice to be here. It was a brilliant day's racing. The lap times weren't that far apart, but it was nice to be out front.
Oh, Glenn, congratulations. Double victory, but you had fun going through the back markers there.
No, it was a lot of fun. The car was working awesome, and no, it was a lot of fun. Pity there weren't enough Class A guys, but I had fun, yeah.
And you had Clippy's chasing you down. You just couldn't get close enough, could he?
Yeah, in the first race he did quite well. In the second race, I think he spun or something and didn't do too well, but yeah, that's racing, eh?
Mark, Class X victory there in race 2. Happy with that?
Yeah, it was fantastic. Just wanted to say thanks to the sponsors in Derby Training and the guys at 888 that helped us get the car together. It was very quick. Some good clean racing with the Lotus guys is always hard, but clean. Jan kept me honest the whole way around, and yeah, fantastic 2 races, really, can't complain.